Let's pick up our conversation with political analyst Dick Morris. So, Dick, we've heard all about Cook County, Chicago. Is there truth in humor from the president?
Yeah, there sure is. They did a study, and I write about this in Power Grab, my book. They did a study of voters in North Carolina, and they found that 35,000 people in North Carolina voted twice. Once in the 2012 election, once in North Carolina and once in some other state. Now, these same people probably didn't vote twice, but somebody voted their name in a state they moved from. They moved to North Carolina, and then somebody voted their name because it remained on the voter rolls. And that's 35,000 votes in one state. And the survey only encompassed 26 other states. If it were all 50, California and New York didn't participate, it could have been much, much more, perhaps as many as 70,000. And the idea of voter fraud being a rarity that we occasionally discover just is not true. It's widespread. It's all over the place. It's ubiquitous. And that's why we need the photo ID requirement, which is really the only way to stop this.
I want to pick that up in just a second, but one thing that may lead to unease on the left, reports we're hearing that the Democrats are basically in panic mode. Do you agree with that attitudinal assessment for the Democrats?
Yeah, I think they certainly ought to be. The polling shows his approval among voters under 30 years old is 43%. It used to be 80. It shows a 12-point drop in his favorability among Latinos, another pillar of his political base. I think the Republicans are very likely to sweep the table. I think they may win all 10 of the contested Senate seats and might have to give back Kansas, but I hope not, but certainly will hold Georgia.
Let's return to the notion of voter ID laws that vary state to state. And now there are only 7 states that require photo IDs to vote. We get a breakdown courtesy of the Washington Post. Those states are Indiana, Kansas, Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, Tennessee, and Virginia. Of course, I showed my vote in early voting here in Florida. With all the differences around the country, the notion of voter fraud is real, as you mentioned. Now, Dick, the pro-amnesty Hispanic activist organization National Council of La Raza took this a step further, promoting this article and explaining which states in which people can vote without using a photo ID. It seems like La Raza is inviting non-citizens to vote in the upcoming midterms.
Yeah, sure sounds that way to me. We have to understand that Obama is proceeding on 2 levels. On the one level, he wants to increase the number of immigrants to the United States and give them amnesty and eventually voting rights. But on the other level, while that's in abeyance, he's taking deliberate steps to facilitate, enable, and to catalyze voter fraud.
Well, apart from voter fraud, you have, I guess we could call this a governor returning to original form. Chris Christie of New Jersey yesterday was at a presentation, and I guess we could say the governor, well, watch him as he goes Jersey on a heckler at a post-Superstorm Sandy celebration yesterday. Then I'd like to get your reaction.
To have it, buddy. But until that time, sit down and shut up.
So, Dick, when Chris Christie goes New Jersey,
I can see him doing that at a presidential news conference. I don't think it's presidential.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, by going Jersey, does that really kill his chances nationally?
Doesn't kill it, but it certainly doesn't help it. I think we mustn't ignore the cause of this fight where he was challenged by the heckler. After the big show with Barack Obama touring New Jersey in the wake of Sandy, the record of this state of New Jersey in dealing with the hurricane victims is abysmal. I do a radio show in the Philadelphia area that gets all of South Jersey. There are hundreds of thousands of people who still can't move back into their homes. and some of the conflict is because of insurance companies, some because of the state. But the efforts and much of the Sandy relief money hasn't even been spent yet.
Oh, real trouble.
But it's incredible.
Well, what is also incredible is the success of your new book, Dick Morris, the book Power Grab, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party Nation. Check it out at powergrab411.com. And Dick Morris, we thank you for your time.